I got this haul of pen making gear from a friend, so I guess we should use it. Let's get tinkering. So I've been really lucky receiving this gear from the friend. There are 2 mandrels, loads of pen kits, loads of blanks, and a book, along with a few other bits and pieces. Now, square stock isn't particularly compatible with a 3-jaw chuck, so I had to think of a way of fitting it. I didn't really want to go out and buy a 4-jaw chuck just yet. I will get one eventually. So I've come up with the idea of these collets. Now, these should probably be made in steel, but I just 3D printed them, and I think because all of the pressure is going to be inwards, I don't think there's any real risk here of the thing flying apart, but I might be wrong. This is either genius or foolhardy, and that is I 3D printed plastic collet. I've printed it so that it's solid. Normally when you 3D print, you have cavities inside, so that should help with its strength, and I've made it so that it just fits this piece of square stock that I have. I can then push it into the jaws and tighten it. Now, I think ideally this should be made from steel, not from a bit of plastic, and that's where the whole foolhardy bit comes from. I'm hoping that because I'm only using wood, the forces aren't going to be bad enough to actually cause me a problem. I only need to hold this in order to drill a nice hole in the centre. Now I've got my full face mask on just in case the whole thing explodes on me. It'll make a good video if that does happen, but I really don't want it to. And I'm going to start by just putting a centre hole in it, as you would normally using a centre drill. I marked the pen blanks that are about 1/8 of an inch, 2 or 3 millimetres longer than the brass tubes that we'll be using. Now there's a couple of things I'd do differently here. The first is I would cut the wood before I drilled the holes. That would make it easier. And also you can see that I'm cutting the middle out of the wood. You shouldn't really do that because then the grain may not actually match, because the waste bit is the middle bit. The waste bit should really be at one end. I then cut them on the bandsaw. First I glue in the brass tubes into the hole that I've drilled down the middle of the piece. I trim the ends using a special end trimmer which I was also given. Now I've decided not to use the woodworking tool rest to turn these down. I'm actually going to use the tool post to turn them down, which means I'll end up with 2 very parallel parts, which some people like, some people don't, but that's how I want to make this particular one. I will make some pens where I use the wood tool rest instead, but for this project I'm going to use the tool post. This is starting to look very nice. The pen blank is probably about 20 years old, and I don't know how old the piece of wood that the pen blank came from was, so it's quite possible that it predates some of the restrictions on exotic woods. If you've got any idea what it is, it may be something really normal and easy to get hold of. I just don't know what it is, and I'd like to know. So if you know your woods, please let me know. The wood is already looking quite shiny. I'm going to give it a quick sand using 400 grit sandpaper. Sanding like this is sanding across the grain, so I finish off just by sanding along the grain so that any scratch marks in the sanding are going with the grain. I then give it a quick going over with a tack cloth. I'm going to finish the pen using friction polish, which is a shellac based product. I've used it before and got pretty good results. To be honest, the wood's looking pretty shiny as it is, but I do feel I need to put this polish on as well. So for me, this is always the most nerve-wracking part, which is assembling the pen. We have the two pieces that make up the outer of the pen. We've got the actual refill and then the nib. This is the mechanism that makes the whole thing go in and out. There's a ring that separates these two pieces of wood, then the clip and the end. Now to put these on, they do recommend that you have a specialist vise. I don't have one of those, which is why it's nerve-wracking. If you try to put these parts together and you get it slightly wrong, then these ends are prone to split, and I've split a number in the past, which is why I get a bit anxious at this step. In place of the specialist pen vise, I'm just using a squeeze clamp, which I've held in my wood vise just to give me a little bit more control. Which is probably the dodgiest bit of the lot. And now the final assembly. Ring goes on there, refill screws in there, and then this pushes on here, like so. Now I just need to line up the grain. That's it. One finished pen. And I'm very happy with that. It's come out really nice. Just need to give it a quick polish to remove the finger marks. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been a really great project. I've really enjoyed myself in the workshop making this pen. And given that I've got the stock and the parts to make more, I'm certainly going to make a few more. It's a very enjoyable and reasonably quick project. This pen looks gorgeous and it is completely unique. Whilst the mechanisms and things are pretty standard, the wood is always different. And this is a lovely piece of wood with a lovely grain. If you know what it is, I don't really know my woods very well. I would love your suggestions in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, then please leave a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, then please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.